What is a smoky eye? How do you achieve one? How do you achieve one easily? And how do you achieve one quickly? You will have the answers to all of these questions after watching this video, and the tutorial starts right now. So there are only 3 steps to achieve this super simple smoky eye, and you'll only need 3 eyeshadows and 3 brushes. The first eyeshadow you'll need is a lighter shade. Any type of white, beige, or light pink would work great. The second eyeshadow you'll need is a mid-tone shade. I like to use any type of light orange or light brown for this. The third eyeshadow you'll need is a darker color, and I usually just go for any type of dark brown. For brushes, you'll need a flat eyeshadow brush, a fluffy crease or blending brush, and a more pointed crease brush. Before we get into the steps, I just want to mention that you should be starting with a primed eyelid, and you don't have to use a fancy eyeshadow primer. If you don't have one, you can easily just use your concealer. But this is an important thing to do for any eyeshadow look, especially for a more simple one like this, because you're giving yourself a blank canvas to start with. Think about it like if you were going to draw a picture, you would want to start with a blank piece of paper. You wouldn't want a piece of paper that already had scribbles or other colors on it, because that would distract from your work. Step 1. Take your base eyeshadow, I'm using the shade Birthday Suit by NYX if you're curious, and your flat eyeshadow brush, and you're just going to take this eyeshadow and put it all over your eyelid, from your eyebrow to your lash line, covering that entire space, giving yourself a nice base, also setting that eyeshadow primer, and just giving yourself a nice smooth start for your smoky eye. Step 2. Take your mid-tone eyeshadow, and I'm using the shade Dance the Tides by NYX, and your fluffy blending brush or crease brush, whatever you want to call that, and you're just going to put that eyeshadow onto the outer corner of your eye and then into the crease of your eye. So you can see what I'm doing here. I basically just take my brush and have my brush dance on the outer corner of my eyelid. I'm not being precise, there's really no rhyme or reason to it. I just kind of dab it on, move my brush back and forth a little bit, start doing some of these circle motions, and just stay in that area. Then once most of the color's done, you're going to start moving your brush into your crease a little bit like I'm doing here. And this area right here is your crease if you're not sure. Stick with those circle motions, and you're basically just circling your brush around, getting that eyeshadow on there and blend it out, and just staying away from the middle of your eyelid and the inner corner. And you can build this color up and blend it out as much as you want. That's the great thing about smoky eyes, is they're flexible and you don't have to be super neat or precise with them. Step 3. Take your darkest eyeshadow and the smaller, more pointed brush, and the reason you want a brush like this for this step and not the same brush from the previous step is because it will help you be a little more precise and focused with the darker color, which will really help with the depth, dimension, and smokiness of this look. Starting again in the outer corner of your eye, you're almost doing the same thing you did in the previous step, but just being a little bit more precise with it, and with the darker color, you just want to keep this into the outer corner and basically just outline that V, as you can see like I'm doing here, and kind of fill it in a little bit, but you're not going any further than the outer fourth or outer third of your eye. And I like to bring it a little bit into my crease, not the same way that I went into the crease with the second shade, but just about a fourth of the way in, just to kind of outline that outer V. And that's pretty much what I'm doing with this color. I'm darkening that outer corner so there's kind of a gradient effect. Then this is totally optional, you don't have to do this, but I like to go back in with my blending brush and just kind of blend those 2 colors together to make the look even more blended and smoky. And there you go. Your eyeshadow should look something like this, and you now know how to achieve a super simple, quick, and easy smoky eye. Now those 3 steps are really all you need to do. I do that look all the time and leave it just like that, but sometimes if I have a little bit more time or I just want to play around with it, a couple totally optional extra things I like to do are go back in with my base shade and just kind of re-lighten up the middle of my eye. Since there was all that blending of the other colors, I just kind of like to go back and intensify that lightness a little bit. And another thing I sometimes do is I take a black eyeshadow on the same brush from step 3, and I just kind of tap it into my outer corner, all the way in the outer corner, not even as much as you do with the dark color in step 3, just to kind of add that little extra bit of darkness in the very outer corner, and I think it adds a lot of depth to the smoky eye. Also, if I feel like I was a little messy on the outer corner, I'll just go back in with my beauty sponge or whatever I used to apply my foundation or concealer and just kind of clean up that outer edge. Again, none of these are necessary. I don't do them a lot of the time, but sometimes if I just feel like adding a little bit more, I'll do these things. And obviously every day I just wear mascara with this, but for the sake of the video, and I'm probably gonna take a picture for Instagram, I'm gonna put some lashes on. So there is the finished look, a super simple smoky eye. It literally takes me 5 minutes. All you need are 3 eyeshadows and 3 brushes, and there are only 3 simple steps. I really hope this video was helpful to you. Definitely let me know what you thought of it in the comments below, and if you would like any other simple how-to tutorials. And if you like this video, definitely subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any other videos from me. Have a great rest of your day or night, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!